Brady's head coach, Bruce Arians, responded right here.
He's a hell of a player. Obviously, making him a captain as a rookie speaks volumes. And both those kids from Ohio State, he and McLaren, are great kids. And but he's a handful. But so is Sweat, Payne, the rest of those guys. Ryan Kerrigan, I've had a ton of respect for a long time. So we'll have our hands full. But that it's one of those games where you better watch what you wish for.
Let's go.
Brian Westbrook is joining us this morning. Brian, good morning. If your 2-year-old is around, little Brian, good morning to you both. Is it a good or bad idea, I'll start with you, for the rookie to be calling out the 6-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady?
Good morning, Jenna. In my opinion, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all whether you call Tom Brady out or not. And here's the reason why. As a player, I wasn't a guy that was going to give bulletin board material. I wasn't really talking out of turn in that way. That wasn't the way that I went about things. But I also realized that the great players, whether you said something or not, they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure out something to motivate them. We saw the Jordan doc. He always found motivation because that's just the type of guy that he was. He's always looking for a slight. The great players are players that kind of do that. I remember one time we went up to play the Jets, and really wasn't a competition between us and them. We were rolling. They weren't a very good team. And the only thing that I could think of to help motivate our football team was that the Jets decided to wear their throwback jerseys. And I wasn't going to allow our team to be thought of as a homecoming game as the Jets because they wanted to wear their throwback jerseys. That literally was our only motivation. So the greats will always find a way. But here's the deal. Tom Brady, Bruce Arians, Byron Leftwich, they're going to have to find a way to deal with Chase Young. They're going to have to find a way to block this kid. Of course, Montez Sweat has done a great job off the edge. And if you look at the last 5 games of the season, they found a way to protect Tom Brady. In the last 5 games, Tom has only been sacked 6 times. When you think about it, in the last 5 games, 4 of those 5 games, he's had over 345 yards and 15 touchdowns in those 5 games. They figured out that if you protect Tom Brady, he's going to get the ball down the field. He's going to throw the ball deep. And now that offense looks totally different. So Bruce Arians has figured it out. I know Byron Leftwich is going to find a way to try to make sure that they block up that front so that Tom Brady has time. And eventually they'll wear that defense down.
Stop with this media propaganda. Like you've been listening to Nick Wright way too long, B. Like he keeps talking to everyone out there that would listen that, oh my goodness, Tom Brady goes against a pass rush. He's not going to be successful. He folds, he implodes. Yeah. The reality is they've protected Tom Brady all year. The Bucs have only been sacked 22 times. That's the 4th fewest in the National Football League. They've already figured this thing out. Now, look, they know going into this game, he'll probably be hit a little bit more. He may be sacked 1 or 2 times. But it's not about the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. What it's about is sustained success. And who brings you that? That's Tom Brady. So do I like this? And I absolutely don't even know what the hell I just said. But do I like this? 100% I like this, okay? Because I think we need more of this, B. I would have loved to seen you actually go into the Giants game and calling out Michael Strahan. I think the evolution for the NFL, when we're talking about the entertainment business, is going from, highlighting teams, and then going to highlighting individual matchups. So will he pay for it? Yes, because Tom Brady, like I said before earlier in the show, he's going to throw for 320 yards, Nick. He's going to have 3 touchdowns, and he's going to get the win. But Chase Young, he's a dog. He's had a phenomenal year as a rookie. 100%, Nick, it will. 100%.
Okay, so a number of things here. First of all, Brandon wants the NFL players to take a page out of Jalen Ramsey's book from the GQ interview of a couple years ago. Be like, he's trash, I guess he's cool, he's trash. And by the way, Brandon, I am right there with you. I will join that consulting firm. I am all for that as well. So first of all, I agree. Now, you make the point that the Bucs have done a good job of protecting Brady, which is accurate. Which is why it's so jarring that despite the fact he's rarely under pressure, when he is under pressure, he's managed to throw 5 picks. Have his passer rating dropped 60 points. The only players in the league whose passer rating drops more. Okay, Drew Lock, whose passer rating dropped 70 points, and Brandon's second favorite quarterback in the league, Baker Mayfield, whose quarterback dropped 61 points. Even old tiny hands Jared Goff, his passer rating only drops 59 points when pressured. But the idea that you got to be careful of bulletin board material for Brady, I dismiss it. Because I saw the last time he played in the playoffs. Remember, do you guys remember Wilds? I know you remember, because Brady was putting up Instagrams of like an old lion. And he was like, oh, the lion's coming out of its cage. And question who owns the jungle. And Julian Edelman was selling merch on his off-brand website, JE11, or whatever the hell he was trying to do to beat TV12. It was like, oh, nobody believes in us, the underdog Patriots. And then that game ended with a Tom Brady pick six. And here, Wilds, and I want to show my third full screen here, guys, because I have so many Tom Brady is not good right now full screens. I got to tell you which one. That's Tom Brady's last 3 playoff games. Now, if you're like, oh, Nick, they won 2 of them. I'm aware. Thank Brian Flores for that. But that's Tom Brady the last 3 games we've seen him in the playoffs. And I'm just curious why we think, Wilds, that it's going to be drastically different when he has Chase the Animal Young coming after him. I don't know. So I love Chase's comments. It's a great job by him. And I think they're in big, big trouble.
Okay. To your point, it's a brand new team for Tom Brady, threw 40 touchdowns this year. So if he gets the ball out, he's going to be successful. But I'm going to push back on Brian's take, where Brian says he got fired up at the equipment manager. It wasn't the equipment manager, just wants to wear his old jerseys. I don't think this is actually Tom Brady talking trash to Tom Brady. I think this is at the offensive line. I think it's at the offensive line room. So Tom Brady's going to go out there and do what he does and hopefully win the game. But for those offensive linemen, they're the ones being called out. It's not Tom Brady, Brian. If you're in that room, you're like, we're being called out right now by Chase Young. So I think Tom Brady is going to be fine. And I'm sure he hears it, considering like he responded to Tony Dungy the other day for just saying, like, listing quarterbacks. So I'm sure he's hearing it. But I think he views that less of a call out on him, and it's more the offensive line to take it personally.
Well, I think if you're Chase Young, you're calling out Tom Brady, you're calling out the offensive line. You're just calling attention to the fact that this great player is trying to go after Tom Brady. You know, the one reason I do like it is because subconsciously now Tom Brady will be thinking, I got to get this ball out extra early. And all it takes is one turnover in the playoff game to kind of turn things around. And so to me, I think this is a good play for Chase Young. It really doesn't matter because I don't think the Washington football team is good enough. And here's the reason why. Not just because of Tom Brady, but because of that Bucs defense, Brandon. I think that Bucs defense, who always is pressuring quarterbacks, they have the second highest rate of pressuring quarterbacks. They're going to get after Alex Smith. And so what happens when the Washington football team goes 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, that defense who started fresh and invigorated, ready to get after Tom Brady, now as the game goes on, they started getting worn down and worn down and worn down. And now the third and fourth quarter, those passes that they're getting close to Tom Brady, they're not getting close to Tom Brady anymore. He's completing the deep ball down the field. That's, to me, how the game is going to end up going.
Yeah, B, I can't wait for this game. Get your popcorn ready. Tom Brady is one of those guys that just morphs into